What is going on, y'all? Richard here, back again from the Red Planet Wrestling, bringing you yet another video. I wanted to do another WWE Weekly recap, of course, as we usually do, talking about Raw, NXT, SmackDown, etc. But I think the main focal point from this week, out of everything that happened, and this is a relatively eventful week, I feel. Raw was pretty eventful. NXT, we had Ricky Saints sign his contract. That's his new name, not Ricky Starks, it's Ricky Saints. But the biggest takeaway from this week, really, as evident by the title and the thumbnail and the uproar last night all over Twitter, was The Rock. Cody Crybaby in full effect, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But The Rock, out of nowhere, just decided to make an appearance on SmackDown. There was a whole thing that came out the day before, so Thursday night, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that The Rock was going to be on SmackDown. So I'm like, okay, wonder where this is going. The match that was advertised, which was Naomi and Liv Morgan, was axed. So that already ruffled a couple of feathers, and it sucks. Realistically, it should have been DIY versus Pretty Deadly. I don't know anyone who honestly gives a flying fuck about that match. I love DIY, but there hasn't really been much of a emphasis on any of the tag divisions, men and women, for the main roster. The tag titles, they were defended at Rumble, but the last time before that was WrestleMania 40 in the ladder match. So all of a sudden we're supposed to care about these titles, these teams. Get out of here. This man took 30 minutes of TV time last night and just rambled. And this isn't the first time that he's done this. The Raw Netflix premiere, he came out and he was buttering up all the Netflix executives and everybody at TKO and yada yada yada, whoever would listen. And it looked like this man hadn't shaved for 5 days or was going on a Terramana drinking binge or whatever. He just looked really tired and just like he didn't want to be there. My main issue with it was that he came out in the Final Boss gear, the whole garb, the shirt, slacks, shoes, sunglasses, stupid ass title. And then the following night, he was on NXT, goes on a spiel, but he took up a chunk of time on NXT, which isn't as long as Raw or SmackDown, and just babbled on. I couldn't even tell you what it was that he said because it was just all baloney. But of course, before NXT, after his appearance on the Raw Netflix premiere, he was streaming on Instagram. He's all buddy-buddy with Cody Rhodes backstage. And he was also buddy-buddy with Cody Rhodes, who was in attendance while The Rock was making this whole garbage spiel in the ring. So that already made the entire build-up for WrestleMania 40 look stupid. Because you had The Rock, who was tormenting Cody Rhodes. This man was talking shit about his mom, okay? This man made him bleed outside by his bus in the rain. Makes him bleed, takes his blood, puts it on a belt that says Mama Rhodes, and Rock is talking all this shit. So that already is like, okay, you have this blood feud right here, right in front of you, where this man is talking shit about his mom. And Cody did mention The Rock's mom, but he said that she's a nice lady, and that was that. The Rock slaps him at the WrestleMania press conference that had Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, of course, that whole big ordeal. He slaps him in front of thousands of people that were in attendance, or at least hundreds, but thousands watching around the fucking world. Only for them at the Raw Netflix premiere to be buddies and then take a shot at Terramana backstage during The Rock's live stream or whatever the hell. And then even last night, Rock called out Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes came out. They're embracing, which makes both of them look stupid. So with all that stuff in between of The Rock coming out in the Final Boss gear, breaking kayfabe backstage with his live streams, being buddy-buddy with Cody Rhodes, going on a random tangent at the Raw Netflix premiere, at NXT, and last night, and then decides to do the whole trailer park trash, lame ass shtick that he's been doing for the last 10 years. It just makes that final boss character, which was a breath of fresh air, because when The Rock came back and wanted to take the spotlight away from Cody Rhodes and do The Rock versus Roman Reigns finally, that everyone's been asking him for, but then he decides to do it at the wrong fucking time. They decide to pivot, because that was The Rock's idea, pivot. And then he decides to go back to his heel persona, Hollywood Rock, but do the final boss. It was a breath of fresh air. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, finally, like, he's doing something different. Finally, right? Nope. It's basically just The Rock again, but he's wearing different gear. The final boss character is just, it's fucking dead. It's cooked. And I don't think a lot of people are ready to have the discussion that The Rock just isn't what he used to be. The Rock just hasn't changed his tone, his delivery. He rambles a lot. Maybe he's got to start writing his promos on his wrist again. I don't know. He's washed. I hate to say it. It's nice to see him back. In certain instances, you get that rush of dopamine because it's that nostalgia that you loved so much back in the day. But at the same time, too, you kind of have to put that shit to bed. Last night, talks a whole bunch of whatever the hell. Oh, WrestleMania's coming to New Orleans again. Oh, largest gathering of trailer park trash. Oh, wow, Netflix TKO. Wow, Cody, you're such a great champion. I want your soul. What? I want a brother. What? What about Roman? It doesn't make any damn sense. That's your blood. That was your brother. That's your cousin. Now he doesn't fucking matter anymore? I want you to be my champion. What? What do you... So now we're gonna do Stone Cold and Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 17? And he becomes like a corporate champion? What? You want the Authority 2.0? You want corporate Rock again, but with Cody Rhodes? It just doesn't add up. You have Cody Rhodes, who is the biggest babyface in the company right now. Possibly all of pro wrestling. WWE has been desperately trying to find the next successor to John Cena, as John Cena was to Hulk Hogan, or Stone Cold, The Rock, whatever. So now you're doing all this weird shit where you're kind of teasing like a Cody Rhodes heel turn, or are you gonna have John Cena be a surrogate for The Rock? Because The Rock said in the press conference after SmackDown that this doesn't have to culminate in a match because we're in a rare era where we could just tell stories in the ring and yada yada yada. Shut the fuck up. This is the whole point of building up stories, so then it can become finalized in a match in a ring. This is pro wrestling at its finest. That's what you do. You're not going to build up to the story and then the conclusion of the story is just going to be a promo in the ring. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's stupid. No one wants to see that shit. People want to see people beat the crap out of each other. It's just basic 101 for pro wrestling. Now's not the right time. You got to build somebody up that can take Cody Rhodes' spot. And right now, there's a lot of talent on the main roster. That's great. Cool. But realistically, who's young enough to carry the torch for like the next 5, 10, 15 years? Not really a lot of people. Cody Rhodes is 39, going on 40 this year. You have Damian Priest in his 40s. LA Knight in his 40s. Drew McIntyre, 39. Seth Rollins is approaching 40. I think he's got 2 or 3 years left. But realistically, there's not a lot of people, the face of the company that Cody Rhodes does. He's a good guy. He's doing media appearances. He's doing Make-A-Wishes, bringing kids into the ring. He's on his best behavior. This is, again, something that WWE has been desperately looking for. They didn't get in Roman Reigns. Now they have it in Cody Rhodes. Why do you want to do this all of a sudden? It just doesn't make any sense. You want to take it a step further. The Raw after Mania last year, WrestleMania 40. The Rock comes out. He's like, "Oh, Cody, can I hold your belt? Can we swap belts? I wanna hold it." Fucking weird. And then The Rock gives something to Cody that we still don't know what it is. And he's like, "Don't ever break my heart again." So all these different story beats are things that have been introduced into this storyline that we think we're going to get some type of progression on, or closure, or whatever the case may be. No. So it's like, are you making this shit up as you go along? Like, where's the... You could tell last night was very last minute, that nothing was put together. They were just kind of ad-libbing the whole thing, and it just came off as awkward. It was one of the most confusing segments I think I've ever seen in the 20 years of WWE that I've been watching. There's so much damage that has been done because of The Rock to the final boss character, to the storyline, that they don't seem to know what the fuck they're doing between The Rock and Cody Rhodes, to now the WrestleMania 41 card kind of being in jeopardy, because it's like, okay, now who the fuck is going to wrestle who? Who's going to win an Elimination Chamber? But is this all coming together so disorganized and janky? So they better fix their shit up somehow. The same way that last year, when The Rock came out and was like, hey, I'm taking your spot, Cody. Okay, peace. See ya. I know you won the Rumble, but fuck you. I'm going to go face Roman Reigns now, my cousin, at WrestleMania, the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. And then they did what they did. If you really think that that was in the cards the entire time, then you're fucking stupid, because it is definitely not how they had that story written. Hence the whole "we pivoted" thing, that whole meme, because they knew that what they were doing was stupid and nobody wanted it. Hence the only reason why The Rock turned heel, aligned with the Bloodline. They did the whole tag match. They did the whole press conference thing. This man is an egomaniac. It's always about him. He feels he has to come in and save WWE. The company's fine. We don't fucking need you. Go be on the board. Go make Moana 4 and 5. Fuck out of here. Go make Jumanji 6. No one needs you. We don't need you. If you're gonna just be coming in and rambling about garbage and fucking up other people's spot on the shows, or now WrestleMania being in jeopardy, if this is what it's gonna boil down to, we don't need The Rock. And I'm sorry, that might ruffle a couple of feathers, because some people just don't know how to let go of the past, and they think that the Attitude Era was a lot better than the current product now, which is a fucking lie, because the Attitude Era was just straight garbage. There was barely any wrestling. It was just all offensive bullshit. And that's not to say the Ruthless Aggression Era didn't have its issues, because it did. But again, people aren't ready for the conversation that The Rock isn't who he used to be anymore. He can't hang on the mic anymore. Sure, he did fine in that tag match at WrestleMania last year, but can he go in a singles match? He tells me no, with his whole comment about not having to culminate in a match. Final boss character is done. He destroyed it. He broke kayfabe too many damn times. Raw Netflix premiere, his Instagram Live after that premiere, NXT, last night on SmackDown, and then the post-show press conference where he was out of character and said that him and Cody Rhodes enjoyed what they did and had a couple of shots at Terramana. You were repeatedly breaking kayfabe, which again is fucking dead, but still, suspension of disbelief. Let us believe you're not staying true to this final boss character that you made. You're embracing Cody Rhodes, but then you're threatening him. You're embracing the audience, but then you're threatening them. You're teetering on heel and face more times than Big Show did throughout his entire career in that 1 hour last night on SmackDown. To the point where now, all the rambling he did on those previous shows before tonight in the final boss character makes the storyline for WrestleMania 40 completely irrelevant. This whole thing that they're doing with Rock and Cody looks stupid. They both look stupid now because they're buddy-buddy, but then it's like, oh, you want to take my soul? You want to do that? It doesn't make any sense. I hate to be that type of person that complains, because I used to be like that on Twitter back in like 2011, 2012, just another keyboard warrior. Oh, they should do this. Oh, the company should do this. Oh my gosh, this sucks, whatever. And you still see that, and it's fucking annoying. For the last couple of years, have been trying to trust the process, as they say. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, when they stick the landing, it's phenomenal. I'm trying to be patient with this whole story, but The Rock just isn't doing it any favors because of his back and forth of what he wants to do with this character, what he wants to do with the story. And it's just throwing everyone else, not just Cody Rhodes and himself, but all the other talent suffer from it too, because they're getting stuff cut, things have to get rewritten now, matches that have been being built up for the last couple of months to a year are going to be in jeopardy. At least that's what the dirt sheets are saying, specifically for Punk, Rollins, and Reigns, from what I saw before hitting record on this camera. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We just need to wrap this up. But I digress. I guess I'm a Cody crybaby, even though I have stuff of The Rock. Whatever. If you agree with any of this, let me know in the comment section down below. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. If you made it this far, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the Red Planet Army so you never miss an upload or a live stream. Hit the little notification icon. In the description box down below, you'll find the link to the playlist for the entire series for this show thus far, as well as my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch handles if you want to follow me on the socials. All I do is talk about wrestling, so if you like doing that, go follow me. Speaking of rambling, I'm doing the same thing, so I guess I'm the final boss too. Like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, check the description box, all that good stuff. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I will catch you all in the next video, so thank you all so much for tuning in.
It was my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. My predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors flex here, they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex.